Hi, I'm Deborah Simpson, North San Diego Business at Large, and I'm sitting with Tracey Downey of Downey's Chocolates. Tracey's going to be speaking to the SCORE San Diego Women's Breakfast on September 12th. That's a Friday at Morgan Run, and I'm always there, so you should be there as well. So Tracey, thanks so much for sitting down with me for a couple of minutes just to talk about chocolate. Because really, what woman wouldn't want to talk about chocolate?
Exactly.
So tell me, why did you choose chocolate as your business?
Well, I spent 23 years in corporate America, and after being extremely burned out in corporate America, I decided I needed to do something for me. I spent a little bit of time apprenticing under a French-trained chef as a teenager, and really wanted to be in the food business, and then ended up getting married, having children, moving to a small town in Oregon.
Oh, no kidding. What town?
Medford.
Oh,
Medford,
okay.
Oregon.
Sure,
and
with the
Harry
and
David.
David's.
And I actually worked there for several years.
Did you really?
I did. But the biggest thing was there was no food industry at the time there. So I ended up in a different field, did real estate management for about 23 years, climbed the corporate ladder, and then was just completely burned out. And when I met my current husband, he had fond memories growing up with his grandmother making chocolates, and that's kind of what started the business.
Wow, that's hard for me to believe that you had a 23-year career before chocolates.
I have children that are in their 20s.
Whoa! Now, you don't start chocolate as a home-based business, right? Because a lot of us are now starting our own businesses where we can work from home because of the technology. But you can't do that, right?
No, in the state of California, you have to have a certified kitchen.
That's what I thought.
So I did my research and my development out of my home for the first year and a half. But then I actually had to find a kitchen that I could finish developing where I could actually send out samples for people to try, and then find a space that I could manufacture out of.
Was that a difficult process?
You know, I was very lucky. I've always said that there have been other forces rather than just myself in this whole process, from coming up with the actual caramel to begin with, to actually this business kind of taking on its own life and its own persona. So things have come to me through networking and really through networking. Networking is what built this business.
I think networking builds a lot of businesses. Mm-hmm. So you're going to speak to the San Diego chapter of SCORE that meets at Morgan Run on September 12th for their breakfast. And your title is The 10 Lessons You Learned from Chocolate.
Yes.
What are you going to be sharing with the ladies?
I'm going to be sharing business startup, which really transforms, it transcends everything, whether it's from chocolate to a home-based business or opening a franchise. Starting a business is pretty basic and has some pretty set plans. Not being a procrastinator, which I am a horrible procrastinator. Dealing with chocolate in the sense of marketing. So I discuss a little bit about marketing. And then the fun thing is we actually get to do a little bit of chocolate education and a little chocolate tasting. So there's a lot to be learned in chocolate, a lot that I have learned in business that I thought I knew from being in corporate. But boy, there's a lot about being an entrepreneur you don't learn from working in corporate America.
What do you think, now that you have hindsight, of course, 2020, what do you think was one of the biggest challenges you had to overcome when you started your chocolate business?
Financing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Probably a big thing especially since you have a cash outlay to have a shop. Did you have a shop from the beginning?
No, for the first 10 months I actually sublet space out of a local bakery and worked out something with them so that I actually had, was able to provide them with chocolates in exchange for space to manufacture. But we outgrew that space in 6 months. So for the 4 months following the first 6 months, we really were out of space and we were looking for new space, and then we had to actually get our new location and then build it out. And that's where the money issues came into play, because my original business plan was to stay in that bakery for 2 years. I wasn't planning on outgrowing it in 6 months.
Did you go to the SBA for help?
I did.
Were they able to help you?
They did. They helped me with the first amount, and then I did not know that I could go back for more money. And so the first amount of money that I had actually asked for, I ran out. I mean, that was my first couple of years of operating expenses. And when we had to build this location out, it went well beyond what I had borrowed. And not knowing that I could borrow more, I could go back and ask for more, I actually ended up using credit cards and personal savings to build out almost $500,000 worth of asset. And so it was, luckily a great relationship with my bank that helped us out again. So there are a lot of different things that I've learned along the way through networking and building really great relationships with my power team, as I call them, the people that I keep around me that are my advisors that help me be successful.
And so what are some of your primary ways of networking? Do you have some special organizations that you attend?
I do. I attend SCORE.
Because you have a large women's breakfast in Orange County as well.
Yes, we do. We do. And it's actually is in a new venue this year at the Center Club in Irvine, and it's a fantastic breakfast. I also am part of NABO, which is the National Association of Women Business Owners, and I'm a very active member of NABO, which is a lot of networking for me, as well as Ladies Who Launch, which is I have an ongoing, which is a lot of fun.
Now, is that online, Ladies Who Launch?
It is online, but it is also a monthly ongoing meeting. So there is a lot of face-to-face networking also, and that's a misnomer. A lot of people really think that it's just online, and it's not.